Every voice has a story, every truth has a spark, and our my 2 cents drops wisdom that lights up the dark. Breaking it down, just facts and soul, with that smooth talking rhythm in full control. In case you didn't know, she's got something to say. From headlines to heartlines, every single day. Tune in, lean in, let that insight flow. It's real talk, deep cuts on with the show. Mic on fire with a take you won't miss. No fluff, no fear, just truth in the mix. She's the voice in the static, the calm in the noise, dropping knowledge like jewels, reclaiming the voice. Late night or morning glow, you'll feel it in your bones the way she flows. Hard truth, soft landing, all in her tone. She makes you feel a little less alone. In case you didn't know, it's more than a part. It's perspective, connection, and lifting the fog. So plug and press play, let the good vibes go. You've got a friend in your feet, now you know.
Hey y'all. How y'all doing? Okay, let's see who we got in here. Hey Latay. Hey Cheryl. Hey Robin. Hey Dreamy Girl. Hey Snooky. Hey Savvy. Hey Cheryl. Dreamy Girl. Okay. Hey Rosalind. Hey Sherry. Hey Gracie. Hey Spicy Brown. Lila. Patricia. Hey Angel. Cheryl Wagner. How y'all doing? So y'all, I've been MIA since I think I came live Sunday, and a lot been going on, y'all. I hadn't really been able to catch a lot of lives because I've had a migraine for the past 2 days, but I have been like keeping up with what's been going on with the Diddy stuff, and I've been trying to see what's been going on. Period, but I still got to catch up. Hey, Nene, I still got to catch up. But y'all, what? Okay, Tabby. What in the world is going on with these people being so emotional about this whole Diddy thing? Sherry, I changed the battery and it's still doing that. They said it needed deoxygizing or whatever that is, and I don't know what that is, how to deoxygize it. But I actually put another battery in because I thought that the battery I put in was dead. I had gotten a bad pack. And when I looked it up online, they said you have to something. You have to do something to them before you change the batteries. And I didn't know what it was talking about. So I still got to end up waiting on my brother to do it because it's getting on my nerves. Try sleeping and it's right outside your door. But yeah, y'all, what in the world is going on with these people getting so emotional about Diddy's? Hey Terry, this Diddy thing. It's not like okay, it's not like we knew them, and I don't blame the juror. I blame the prosecutors for what charges they tried to get him with. It was a big disappointment because of the prosecutors because they overreached and charged him with the wrong thing. Rico was never involved because he was not making any money. In order to be charged with racketeering, it has to be for profit, and he was losing money, so they could not find him guilty because he did all of this stuff. Because he did all of these things, and then try to charge him with racketeering because normally when you're talking about an enterprise consists of more than one person. So if they were going to go after that, they should have charged more than just him. So the charge didn't make sense. So everybody, I understand why they feeling like they feel because Diddy did a lot of wrong, but the prosecutors went after him for the with the wrong charges. And now we got another beef coming up. We got the I call it the Diddy blogging beef because now you got the bloggers that were blogging on it. Now they turning against each other, and now they beefing. I saw one went up to Tisa Tales and confronted her, and then I was looking at a live a few minutes ago, and he was going in on Ahmad Wiggins. It's just why can't we just blog and blog like we want to blog without beefs and content creation animosity? Why can't people just run their panels like they want to run their panel? I don't know. Let me see who this text me. They always wait till I get on live to start texting. Um, y'all know we 6 months into the year, and all of us met each other or started communicating with each other because of the Latruth situation, and that's how all of us started dealing with each other. And here it is, what 3 years later, and 6 months into this year. Every year at the end of the year, they say we're going to leave it behind. We even had a funeral that we were going to leave the saga alone. Here it is, half a year in, and it's still back and forth, back and forth. I have a personal question: what is the end game? When is it going to end? And then another thing that happened yesterday while I couldn't really respond. I know y'all heard about Tukay, um, and what's that guy name? And the main situation. How in the hell, Maine, with all that mouth, do y'all remember when 2K was standing outside of his house and he was talking all that noise and what he was gonna do and he was gonna do this and he didn't come to his house and the first chance he got in front of him and got his ass beat. Now he's talking about going to chiropractor and suing. Come on now. These people have all that mouth behind these keys, and then after the fact, they want to try to play victim and sue. Hey, Treasure Life. Hey, Rosalind. Hey, Cancer 66. They want to talk a big game on the internet. I think they do that in order to set people up. Because if you about that life, you just took ass with them. The best man won. So now your feelings hurt and your ego hurt. Now you're talking about going to the chiropractor. He's setting that up for a lawsuit. Yeah, the ones that's the loudest is the weakest in the room. We got a lot of that going on. Got a lot of loud mouth. Um, just last week when that lady said meet her on 10, the other one talking about are we children? Well, y'all acting like children on the internet doing all that, and then when somebody pop up on you and want to call you bluff, then you get scared talking about we children. Do we look like children? How old are we talking about fighting? But y'all behind the keyboard calling everybody scary. They ain't gonna do nothing. Calling everybody else keyboard thugs. But when your bluff call is are we kindergartners? Are we in high school? These people have been crazy this year and it's getting worse. It is getting worse. I was gonna originally talk about I know you all heard about Tyler Perry, Fat Joe, what's going on with Diddy, who else? It was some more that were accused, but all these men being accused and um even Latruth, all these women coming forward with accusations about them. And I was gonna do a live about that, but I didn't finish my research. My question was why everybody coming forward about that, and then instead of going to the police, they want to either bring it to social media or go to the lawyers to try to sue for money. And what is it? Why is it that they'd rather sue for money, monetary gain, than to take? If somebody did that to me, I'm going to the police. So what's the purpose of suing for money when you haven't even gone to the right authorities? If that were done to you, I think that the reason that they run to the courts to sue for money, y'all, is really so that they can get paid off and can keep it quiet. They go after people they can get paid off in the background to be silent. Um, Somebody was saying in Tabby's comments yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that Diddy was gonna come back out and was gonna have some more FOs. Y'all know what that is. I can't say it on here, but some more FO. And I was like, I don't think he's gonna do it. He's gonna do that anymore because at this point he don't know who to trust. And I was like, he'll be better off getting a dog. And these women are actually making it hard for these men to be comfortable in relationships with them because in the end of the relationships, they're starting to say they were essayed, and these women are coming on to men too. And I'm not in no way blaming the woman, but I do know that some women will go after a man because of his status, and then when the man don't want them, they come forward and try to say something happened that didn't happen, or something happened, or they were forced them to do things that they didn't want to do. And I think when you got women like that, they're gonna do it to anybody. They just look for victims. They just looking for a victim to prey on. But with all of that that's going on, what do y'all think something is more sinister at work? Like all of these big names, celebs, are being all of a sudden sued. We got Tyler Perry, like I said, Fat Joe, um, and Latruth is not like a big name celebrity, but he's a big name social media influencer, and his name came up about 3 weeks ago. A lady went was doing all these videos talking about she was done that way. And then you have all these people that's doing that. I think they're doing it either for monetary gain, for clout, or for monetary gain, clout, or recognition. I think most. I was gonna say I believe that lady was lying. I don't think what you like. My two said like Tyler. Oh, you're ignorant. Shut up, Terry. But I think that these women. I'm not gonna say all of them, but I think that these women be doing that mess for clout or either to because they see dollar signs. But anyway, I was doing research on that to tell the history of whatever went on with that with Tyler Perry and the thing with we all know Diddy's was front and center just this past couple of months. And then Jay-Z's name was in the mix. And to me, with Hollywood, I think it is more than just on women coming forward because they're getting a lot of the big name people. And I would not want to think that is you'll have women that will throw themselves at these men that they would have to take it. That's just how I think. But they say when people get power or a little bit of following, they go crazy. Look at how these people doing on YouTube. They got a little bit of power, and with that little bit of power they got, they all here acting like damn donkeys, like fools. And when I say donkeys, I mean jackasses. Thank you, Renithia, for my first super chat. Acting like straight jackasses. all for clicks and views. But anyway, at this point, do any of y'all, be honest, aren't you all tired of the back and forth? Here it is. Like I said, it's 6 months and half a year is gone. And the way that this whole thing is going, it ain't going away no time soon because it's bringing money. And people, like they say, this their job, and people gonna do what makes them money. So I think that's the only reason why it's going on as long as it's going on, because it's making money. And I don't care how demonic it is. I don't care how tired we are of it. It's gonna keep on because it's bringing the views, it's bringing the bucks, and it's bringing the subscribers. So as far as that goes, yeah, we 6 months in doing the same thing we were doing 2 years ago, but it's gonna keep going on because it's like a never-ending reality show. I'll put it like that. And because it's a never-ending reality show, you know what they say about our reality shows. They toxic, but it's one of those things you love to hate. Or you, how does it go? Love to hate or hate to love. But it's one of those things that we love to hate. A guilty pleasure. That's the name I'm looking for. It's a guilty pleasure. Even though we don't like it, and we don't like when they talking to, just say the people that we support. We don't like when they picking on them, but when they fight back, we be in there. We be all for them, standing up for themselves and fighting back. I don't care how much I tell my people don't respond. At some point, like I was looking, I just sat back. I remember my last live when I was telling them to stop responding, and I sat back, and they went in even harder on them. And they went in harder and harder. When they came out and responded, the people went in that much harder. And I was like, how can I tell them not to respond? It's not me that they're picking on. And I can't say that I would just sit back and let somebody keep picking at me, poking me, poking me. They say you poke the bear, excuse me, that bear is going to wake up. And you can only poke a sleeping bear, a few times before it comes out swinging. So even though I would like for them not to respond, I can't make them not respond because it's not me. And at this point, I cannot. Hey, pretty eyes. Hey, dreamy girl. I can't. Hey, Miss Mel Mel. I can't say that I wouldn't respond. So I'm not gonna tell nobody not to respond anymore. But like I said, I don't see no end coming no time soon because they getting kicks and giggles. And as long as they getting kicks and giggles, they're gonna keep picking and poking bear. Brittany, hey Brittany, hey Miss Mel Mel, hey Cancer 66. I feel there's a lot of demonic forces in Hollywood with men and women. That's what I'm saying. But in all reality, y'all, you all remember when Diddy came out and sued that company, that big company that has ties with the music industry, he just has ties. They were big, well-known people, and he came out and sued them for being racist and this, that, and the other. Y'all know after that, that's when his trouble started. It's a conspiracy theory, but I can see that happening because you're coming against the big wig. Remember, what's his name? You all remember Bill Cosby, right? When they found out he wanted to buy NBC. Now you all know they was not gonna let that happen. After he wanted to come out and buy NBC, and he had the funds to do it. After he wanted to buy a portion of NBC, they came out with all these women coming forward on him. So I think it be the inner working that comes out to destroy and put us in our place. And as far as that, yes, he did the things he did, but he didn't learn it. I think he learned it. It's learned behavior because that little boy out, whatever, that lived in the house with roaches and grew up with roaches and stuff. He did not learn that on his own. They weren't doing that where we from. They don't do that kind of stuff where we from. It's learned behavior. And I think that it was somebody over him that was pulling the strings. He was just the face for the party. And this is my opinion. And that's why I called my live at first My unpopular opinion. That's my opinion. I think it was greater forces behind the scenes. He was just the face for it, so that if they couldn't keep this in place, they were going to destroy him like they do all of us. Once we get too big, they allow us to get so much, but once we get too big for our britches, they will show us and remind us who we are. Throughout the last 2.5 years, I've taken multiple breaks and stuff because it's very draining. It can get, it does, it gets very depressing. It's very tiring. The same thing all the time. When it stops, it will. It's not gonna stop no time soon. Hey, Candy Kisses. Yeah, but I was saying that it's learned behavior. Y'all, I know God bless the dead, but Quincy Jones' name was thrown in the mix when this first came up. And all these people's names that were thrown out, why is it that Diddy was the only one that got charged? KK name came up during the trial. Who else name? Jay name came up during the trial. You had all these names that came up, but Diddy was the only one charged. And somebody was saying, why didn't any of his friends come up and support him? You got to be seriously um, naive to think that these people wanted their names tied to that, their brands tied to it, even though they were in the pictures. Nobody ever spoke on it because that's their brand. They stayed silent because they had to protect their own legacy. Ray J was the only one that spoke up, and what's his name was the only one that came to court to support him. My unpopular opinion about the thing with this Jane Doe and whatever her name, Capricorn, Jane and Cassie. These women, and I had this live once before. We spoke on this once before, and they were saying that Stockholm Syndrome. But when you get away, why go back? Like she had gotten out, and during the trial, it came out that Cassie had gotten away. She was with the new dude, and she went back a couple of times and had sex with him again. And she was not innocent. Did you all hear that video of her holding the guy and telling him she was going to kill him, and she was wanting the video that he had, or she was wanting something from him, but she kept threatening him. She kidnapped him at that point because she was telling him, I'm not letting you go. The rest of y'all can leave, but you stay. That's kidnapping. So she was just as bad, but they did not look at all that when they charged him. And then, like, she was wanting to do some of the FOs. She was initiating them. She was asking him about them. But they looking at her like she was a victim when she was a willing participant. I cannot say that I fully 100% believe that he should have been charged with that when she was actually calling the people herself. And like I said, y'all might not agree with me, but that's my opinion. And this other lady that got up and testified, Capricorn got up there and said all of this stuff about him. But on the day that the feds charged Diddy, she called him and asked her for her job back. If he was this monster and he was holding you hostage and he was not paying you, why would you want to go back to work for him? If he was doing all of this stuff for him to you and you had gotten away, you had lost your job or whatever, why would you want to go back to being his assistant on the day the feds announced the charges against him? Make it make sense. I think they had some of the worst witnesses in history. And you know they said exactly. I heard that he was the one that taught Diddy, and he was mom's a word too. It's getting dangerous for bad. Look at Vegas yesterday. That's what I'm saying. I know I'm all over the place, but I'm going by the comments. It was 2K for the win, by the way. But it was funny to me because these people be talking all that mad junk, not knowing when they're gonna meet somebody in real life. And when you meet somebody in real life, they're not gonna be going back and forth with you with the mouth. And let's see, that's what I'm saying. That's my last live. I was talking about the pictures they took of her, and she didn't even know they were behind her. These people taking this, they get too emotionally attached to this stuff. At this point, it's entertainment, and they getting too emotionally attached for entertainment. If they loving these people so much, they need to tell these people to move on and talk about something else, because they got deranged supporters out there. And then some of the people that they messing with, they don't know how those people are in real life. You don't know who's about it. You don't know who's just talking noise to get a click and a view. You don't know. So just leave people the hell alone. Thank you, Candy. Oh, you know they said here. I already read that one. Why I keep coming back to that? Thank you, Cancer 66. This is why I enjoy your channel, although we may not have it. Exactly. And we all grown enough to agree to disagree. And everybody does not have the same opinion about stuff, but we discuss our differences of opinions respectfully. Because Clyde Davis wanted to bring him down. He was getting too big, and I thought he was big. I thought he was bigger than him. Yep, that's how they do. They put you in a position to let you win, but you cannot get too far ahead of them where they'll reel you back in. Thank you, Dreamy Girl. Thank you, Latte. And y'all know your girl been on vacation. She did. She did that GoFundMe, had said nothing else about no lawyer. She went to vacation to Jamaica, then she went to vacation to she said she wasn't gonna do no vacation for her birthday. She said that she was gonna chill for her birthday. Next thing you know, she got the whole family. Then went to Tampa, Florida, and then went to the beach. And all the while, oh yeah, all the while, these idiots still trying to defend her. And did y'all hear Janelle tell her he love her? I guess that was the prove a point to us, because we always say that she's always doing her love for him, and it might have just been for the camera, but he told her, "I love you, baby." When she was like, we're on the way to get some food, we're at the beach or whatever, and you got something to say, and he was like, "Yeah, I love you, baby." Then he talking around talking about Merry Christmas. He can never be serious about nothing. Always clowning. They are not about to follow nobody around. They, exactly. I'm not finna stalk nobody. It's not that serious. Like I said, it's for entertainment. It ain't even serious enough to be walking around behind somebody to get a picture to give to your content creator that you love, to prove that you know them, or to prove that it's just crazy. I don't know what made her do that, but she can get into some serious trouble behind that, whoever did it, depending on how many years she did it get. Y'all think he won't be able to keep up with the expenses? I don't know. I said when I saw, I don't really think he's gonna get a lot of time, because I did read, I think I saw it on TMZ that they got him meeting now. He's meeting up with the probation team. So I'm thinking they may be considering probation, but I don't think that he's gonna. Everybody talking about 10 years, 10 years. They're gonna do it consecutively, and consecutively means that once he finished one, then the other one start. They say that the feds do not do theirs like that. Normally, if they have 5 charges and they get found guilty of 5, whatever those charges carry, like if the one carries 5 years, he'll do that 5. The other one carries 10 years, he'll do the one and the 5 together. concurrently. They running together, which means that he'll be able to get off. Um, and it won't. The new one won't begin when the other one ends. But I honestly don't think. Well, it's hard to say because they didn't let him out on bond, and they say that his on bail. They say that his lawyers closing argument. The judge say the closing arguments was the reason he did not let him out on bail because the attorney agreed that Diddy was dangerous. So that's the reason they didn't give him no bail. Yeah, he told her. He told her, "I love you." He was like, "She, you got something to, you got something to say?" He said, "Yeah, I love you, baby." And he said, "Merry Christmas." And it was her birthday. Merry Christmas. He always finds a way to clown her. He cannot ever be serious. And I'm thinking that I'm kind of thinking that she set that up because we always say she always talking about how he loved her, how she loved him. He never says it to her. And even when he said it to her, he could not be serious about it. And I'm not gonna even talk. I just feel sorry for the little girl. The little boys can fend for themselves or whatever, and they can go get little haircuts and seem to be keeping up with their haircut. Hey, Kathy, keeping up with their haircuts, but it's the little girls for me. Lord, I'm not gonna. It's just the little girls for me. Hey, Hasana. Hey, Miss Ashley. Hey, Kathy V. Everybody that came in that I missed. If I missed you, I did not mean to miss you. Yeah, but did y'all see her brother? Her brother, oh my God, that man. I can see why she's attracted to Janelle because her brother sort of favors Janelle, but he was on that trip with her, with them. And I just don't see how, as a woman, she feels comfortable walking around her adult, even her children for that matter, her children and her adult family members with those things pulled up her monkey flap. You see it, she have it, it's like she pulled them up, pulled that part of the pants up so that her print will show. That's so disrespectful and mm, that's so hoochie like because those pants don't just normally fit like that. I see other people wear the same type of like biking leggings and theirs don't fit like that. I think she does that on purpose. And that's not a good look for a mother with six kids. She sexualized everything. Whatever he gets or whatever happens to it, he won't change. It will still be the same. I honestly think Brittany, I don't know. This, Brittany, he's never had to sit in jail. He's never had to just sit there and could not get out on bail and they keep denying his bail. I think that if he gets out this time, because he was so close to not getting out, I think it's gonna teach him a lesson because the people ain't playing with him. And they showed him that when he did that thing with Shine and J Lo, he went and got questioned. They let him right out. He's never had to pay the consequences. He's never been locked down where he don't have a say, locked down where he can't leave and go as he want to go. So I don't think he's gonna do that no more. I honestly don't. I think this is what it would. This is what it took to bring him down to let him know you're just a ninja to them. They don't care about you. I don't care how much they pretend. Even your so-called friends don't care about you when it comes to stuff like that. So I think it was a learning experience to humble him. She has beautiful girls, and it really bothers me that she don't keep them dressed nice. Exactly. I hate the oldest little girl. She is so beautiful, and her mom should be ashamed of herself. On that video when they first got there and they was at the pool, I saw her. She was standing up. They was playing the little game where you show your phone and you got to guess what it was. And when she had her head like turned to the side, the little side was in a little bush. I thought it was one of the little boys because I didn't see the rest of the hair. I just saw the little bush, and I thought that it was an afro. But when she turned around, I said, "Oh my God, that's that, little, that, La La. She need her ass whooped." You can pay for a whole trip out the country, but you can't pay $100 to get your baby's hair retwisted if that's the style you want. Everybody said when she first put that they put that mess in her hair that she was doing that so she won't have to keep that little girl hair up. And the next thing she said, she came forward and she talking about, oh, I can't stand her hair looking like this, but they say you can't mess with them for 3 or 4 months at a time. I did hair. They say you have to have some new growth, and I think the new growth is past, way past where it's supposed to be. And I didn't want to talk about her. I'm talking about her mothers and her parenting. And then the other one hair not done since Robert got it done. It's in bad shape. Nobody told her to lay on her ass and get 2 more kids when she was barely seeing about the one she got. I don't feel sorry for her in her motherhood. I don't feel sorry for her because she's overloaded with kids because that's the decision she made and she didn't stop until she did it. And I don't care how much um, these people feel sorry for her and ooh and ah. That's the decision she made. Did nobody make her lay there and stop taking her birth control? I don't think she was ever on. She did that on her own. Now she try to play victim like she be so tired. You knew this is not your first child, so you knew what was going to happen when you have a child. They need attention, but you cannot neglect the rest of them because the smaller two need attention. And did y'all see the video when she was talking about how she got her kids in order? That girl is just weird to me. And what about the those two? Somebody said they were reborn dolls, but that wasn't reborn. That was um that was not a reborn doll. Those were AI. But those people, her people, so ignorant. They was giving all kind of compliments that they look just like John. They look like both of them. I'm like, are y'all serious? I think Retta did a short where she showed how she made them, and she made the identical dolls that girl made. Those people, she plays on their tops too much for me. She got a lot of older supporters. She got a lot of older supporters, and those supporters do not know any better. They do not know nothing about AI. So they believe in it. Those are look come out, oh, look at auntie babies and look at this. Only the younger ones know that those were not real and that was AI. Then they had some that was in there trying to defend her, talking about she did it on purpose to keep us tripped up. She didn't do that on purpose. Just like she tried to pass those AI pictures of her a long time ago when we were saying she didn't have no college degrees, and she put those AI pictures of her up there with her holding books and like she was going to school. That girl was trying to get over on a lie, and we catch her every time. Yeah, I don't think that he will change either. He will make more stupid mistakes. I don't think that he would change either. He will be more slicker and slick with it. They will keep a close watch on him. I think so. I don't know. I don't know. All the sniffling she was doing in that one live on her birthday made me get exactly. She talking about she had a cold. I was like, "Are you serious?" And then those eyes didn't look right. I say either she had been crying and her and Janelle had gotten into it and she was crying, or what y'all thinking? What goes along with sniffing? Yeah, that's what they were saying. Oh, look at auntie babies. They look just like they daddy. And one look like you, one look like. I like these got to be the most. Oh, I don't like to talk about people, but some ain't clicking in their head. Candace, come on, go get some allergy meds or something. Exactly. She on there and she put the gospel song on and she praising and worshiping like she was all into it. And I guess by the next day, she and Janelle made up. So the next day, she out there doing the little dance and talking about effing on the back. I'm like, girl, are you gonna which one pick? Like she like to say, pick a struggle. Are you gonna serve the Lord? Or are you gonna serve your flesh? Because being up here talking about God one day and doing all that praising and worshiping, thanking him. Then the next day you're talking about effing a man on his back. Pick a struggle. I can't believe. I know. They the word's been out there like that. Y'all think those text messages are real though? Do y'all think the text messages are real that got sent out, that the boy put out? I was like, when I saw the picture, I said, not damn. Her and Man Hip got into it. Something's brewing between her and me. Oh wow. I know they need to lay off that little lame ass cartoon with no storyline, just picking up the camera, looking in the camera. I like Tyler Perry too. Why would you do that to yourself? I know. Why in the world would he? I'm like, dang, Tyler, not you too. Goodness, I'm not going in that direction. Cree, I gotta look him up, but the guy shared some of the text message that alleged Tyler was sending him, and they, if it was Tyler Perry sending them, and they can prove it came from his phone, he might as well go on and settle that case. Because you don't need to go through no big old court hearing and then all that stuff on the rest of the stuff gonna come out. Because I think they said Dale said it was a lot more than that. So I don't know. I would go ahead and settle because right now when stuff like that comes out, we already form our opinion, and it's society that's supposed to be innocent to proven guilty, but it's not like that. It's guilty until proven innocent, and even if you're proven innocent, you're just guilty because that still stays in your head. Like the whole thing with like Latruth, we all know that he didn't beat that girl, but everybody he's still guilty of it to some people because that's what's in somebody's head, what she came out and said. And like with Diddy, he got found not guilty of racketeering, but people still think he's guilty of everything, including that charge. So it's guilty until proven innocent. And I don't think, don't get me wrong, I by no means think Diddy is guilty. I don't think Diddy's a good guy. I just honestly think that they just chose the wrong charges to go after him with. They should have studied that a little bit longer and came up with charges that actually fit the crime that they could have gotten a conviction on. Because of that, and because they was in a rush to do the charges, I think that is the reason what they say that the feds got a 95% conviction rate. Well, their biggest charge got thrown out. Well, it didn't get thrown out, but they got found not guilty. So it's like they failed. Now they can't say that anymore. Yeah, they got the lesser charges, and they not good. But the big one, the one that he would have ended up losing his not unalive because that's got to do with you. He would have ended up passing away in prison if they would have got a conviction on the other one. Oh, TP message. I thought y'all was. Oh no, I'm talking about TP. The messages that he sent to that guy. Hey J Love. That's what I was saying. If they are real, people can come up with those fake phone numbers and text back and forth to make it look like it's a person. But when it comes to stuff like that, they will investigate to and get his text and his records from his phones to see if the texts are they'll authenticate the text messages. That's why I don't understand why these people in this saga, when the court cases come up, they go and fake receipts. Because the court's not just gonna go by what you put in front of them. They're gonna authenticate it and make sure it's real and see where it comes from. They're not just gonna take your word or this is what text I got. They're gonna make sure it came from the person that you accusing phone. If that's the case, do you know how many people could be in trouble because of fake receipts? That's why none of the stuff that Briana tried to do against all her so-called files and files of evidence, that's why it never came to fruition because half of them she Half of them she tear them and get you. Half of them she fabricated. Y'all, Terry be showing out. My 2 cents shot and come the. You can't keep going around trying to clap every. Oh my, y'all, Terry be showing out. Hey, Miss Bevan, y'all, I want to ask y'all something. Tell me, do y'all know? Do y'all think this is who I think it is? Let's see. Do y'all think this? Screen share. Do y'all think this Armand Wiggins? Watch when the face turn around. Is that Armand? I'm gonna let y'all see it again. Is that Armand Wiggins? That look like his feet. But it's a craze. Sean Diddy Kong fans were seen rejoicing outside the courthouse, chanting "Let Puffy Go" after the rapper was found not guilty of some of the most serious charges. Then the time of Diddy fans removed by riot police after spraying each other with baby oil. But do y'all think that was him? Hey Nina. Hey Mongoose. Hey Miss Duncan. It's him. He talked. Oh, that was him. I was like, what in the world? Mongoose, you be in them streets. You know everything. What's going on with these beefs? These people starring after the Diddy verdict. And everybody is turning on Tisa. What's going on with that? I followed Tisa Tales through all this because she's so animated. She keep you entertained during it. And I followed her, and a lot of stuff that I used when I used to do my videos, it was coming from what I would see on her videos because I was like, it's like she got inside knowledge because she knew that he had been charged. That they was going to read his charges before they did it, and she knew that they was going to raid his houses before they did it. I'm like, she got to have somebody working on the inside to know all of this. So I started following her after she made the predictions, and then they actually came true. But now they saying that when she was in the courtroom, a lot of they was in the same courtroom, and a lot of the stuff that was said, the way she would come back out here and say it was not said that way. So I don't know. I see they going in on her, they going in on others. I'm like, what in the world? Another saga finna start? They lied and it was a joke. What modules? They lied and what was a joke? Ma abuse. What was a joke, baby? He posted an apology for his behavior. Oh, he did. So he was. Let me ask you something because I hadn't been really looking at his stuff. Did he believe that Diddy was not guilty, or was he going against the charges that they charged him with? Well, he was he just going with the charges that he was charged with and saying that they were the wrong charges, or did he really believe that it was a witch hunt? Hey, Ronithia, and thank you. What y'all doing tomorrow? Okay, when he did the oil, it was a joke based on his commentary. Okay, When I was that was the first thing that came across my timeline when I went on TikTok. I was like, wait a minute, that looked like Armand. People are saying Tisa lied about. I know, but yeah, they was you asking, are you saying it? Because they were saying that she lied about a lot of stuff, and when the verdict was read, she was actually about to cry. Um, People can't get so emotionally tied in this stuff because we don't know them people. We just sit back and we watch it with popcorn. But yeah, the victims that were really victims, I feel bad for them. But a lot of them people they used, I don't think they were victims. I'm sorry because they were consenting adults, and when you are a consenting adult, to me, I just can't paint you as a victim. Armand was unbiased. He based everything on court proceedings. Okay, I did see him on. I saw him on TMZ, and I had watched Tisa. Right, she was coming out in between, like when you would go, they would go on recess or whatever. She was coming out, and she was saying what it gonna happen in the courtroom. And I watched her one day, and I watched TMZ all the time because I knew Mark Garagos was in the courtroom, and he'd be on their panel. So I was hoping to see him on the panel, but he was gagged. He couldn't talk about what was going on in court. And they really did not want Mark Garagos. If y'all remember who he is, I think he's the one that got Michael Jackson off. But they really didn't want him in the courtroom because they knew he'd be on TMZ. So they gave him a gag order that he could not talk about the trial and what went on in the courthouse. He could talk about his opinion about, but he could not talk about what went on in the trial. So Armand Wiggins was on there, and what Tisa said happened, it really was different from what Armand was saying happened, his version of it. And I said, I guess that don't mean neither one of them wrong. Like a lot of us can hear the same thing and everybody will interpret it different. So I took it like that. I didn't take it like he was lying or she was lying. They just both heard the same thing and they took it different ways. But they straight up trying to call my girl a liar. I like her too. She's just so animated with it. The oil outside the court was so cringy. Yeah, that was a bit much. That was a bit much. I'm like, why would they do that? That's not a joking thing. I follow him, and that is okay. Sabby, what's the name? Had told me it was. I didn't know because I didn't. I haven't really been, like I said. I had a headache for the past 2 days, and I haven't really been watching it like I should. Because when y'all if y'all ever had a migraine, y'all know any type of light is real. It hurts your eyes. So I was just like, wow, I'm missing everything. I'm doing nothing but cooking mac and cheese, beer battered fish, and green beans casserole, making a cream cheese pound cake for tonight. Okay, you're doing more than I'm doing. I'm gonna find somewhere to DoorDash. I'm gonna enjoy these three. I got off at 12 o'clock today, and I'm going back to Monday, so I'm gonna enjoy my day. Candace, are you the one that lives by Amber? Exactly, Madu. She got too personally involved with this, and I think that because she was personally involved, that's why she was so emotional when he got found not guilty on that charge. She was straight about to cry when she came out out that courtroom. I'm like, baby, you too involved, you too vested in this because everybody knows when you putting the life on a jury, it can go when you're putting it before a jury, it can go either way. And they're not going to go by our emotions and what we think he should get. They're going to go by the evidence and did they prove whatever they charged him with. And they just didn't prove it. I hate to say that, but it wasn't proven. They are not. Oh my God. I I used to have them all the time, but it comes now. I have them about once every. Well, I've had one now. It's like my third time in 6 months. But normally they'll go away and be gone for a couple of years, then I get another one. But been about 3 times in 6 months. My doctor trying to say that I'm depressed and trying to put me on depression medicine because they're saying that I didn't properly grieve my mother and my husband because I didn't take time off work. I went straight back to work, but I don't take it. But last night I took one, and that's the only thing that stopped my head from hurting as much. I don't know what they had in it, but it didn't stop it all the way, but it did calm it down some. I took a vacation day today and Monday. I don't go back to work Tuesday. I wish I could. I might call out Monday because them people gonna be calling like crazy. Come those people gonna be calling like something crazy when Monday come back to back to back, and I ain't gonna be here for it. I forgot hush puppies too, y'all. Okay, girl, send me a plate. I'll pay the shipping. When I get migraines, I have to go to the hospital to get shots because nothing else works. Let me tell you, Dale, if I would have gotten up today and my head was still pounding, that was my next move. Tisa does too much. I stopped following her years ago. I can't take all the theatrics. Yeah, she's very theatrical now because when I first started following her, it was October when Cassie first did the lawsuit against Diddy. I started following her then because she was talking about it, and excuse me, and then I subscribed to her channel because of that one video she was live and she was doing. And after that, when she was saying that they was getting ready to raid his house, and it came to us, okay. I set the notifications so that I set the notifications so that I would know when she's live. So I've been following her. She does get on my nerves some with those theatrics, but I just never thought that she was emotionally vested. I thought that she was just trying to do us a service by letting us know what was going on. But after yesterday, I realized she had her emotions tied up in that. She was saying that when she came in the courtroom, Diddy looked over there at her. He probably had seen how she was dogging him out prior to him getting arrested. Can't get too emotionally vested. You cannot, because at the end of the day, they look. At the end of the day, they look after their own. And do y'all think that if he gets found, if he gets time, Trump gonna pardon him? I live by Amber's parents. Okay, y'all went to school together. Candace, are you the one? Do you know True Slayer? You would think she did. You sure would, or he turned her down one. Okay. Do you know True Slayer? Because she told me to get with Amber to get with, I think she said you in order to get her number. Hey, Lady J, y'all think he will? Oh my God, Deb, I can't. Shot on like needles. Yeah, but when them pills don't work. Hey, Southern girl, y'all know that bill passed off topic, but y'all know that bill passed that Donald Trump was trying to get passed, and y'all know. Let me see. Let me show y'all. It's not. It's not. It's fixing. It's going to be a lot of changes. I think we're going to go into a big recession, like with the student loans, with all that he's doing. All of a sudden, they passed that bill, and these are the states, people that's going to get kicked off Medicaid because that bill passed. Alabama has that many. You got Arizona, my state, Georgia, 651,540 people fixing to get kicked off Medicaid. And it's a whole lot of other stuff. They cut back on food stamps. And then the job growth for this year, I mean, for this month. job growth, it was what they anticipated. It was like 35,000 jobs short. So things about to get real around here. Um, all because those idiots passed that bill. And there was one more thing I wanted to show y'all. It was gonna be part of my other live the other day when I got that migraine. But it's this guy that lives in Albany, where I'm from, right there. Lives where I am, and he's a big Trump supporter, right? And he's a coon. I'm just calling it like he is. He's a coon, a straight coon. This man is his dad is an attorney. I mean, as a judge, Judge Lockett. His dad is an attorney, y'all. And he put this on Facebook the other day. And when I say cooning, where is it? Here he is. How do I speak that? Jasmine Crockett shook hands with all her black, not that. Oh, he made himself look so stupid though. Do any of you all, I know y'all do though. Y'all know what a biography is? Y'all know what an autobiography is, right? Is it a biography? What a biography is. Look at that. This idiot said Harriet Tubman is a fictitious character created by a white woman. I got so mad at him, I stopped arguing with him because sometimes I think that he be doing that to get attention, but he was dead serious. He called himself, put the proof in here, and the proof was that okay, he put a proof in here. I think he took it out, but it was showing where the white lady wrote it. But it said that it was a biography written by the lady, and he didn't have sense enough to know that when somebody writes a biography, it is where a person writes a story about somebody else's life. Autobiography is when they write about their own life, but she wrote the story about the lady's life, and he supposed to be so smart he didn't know that. And then when they was coming in the comments, they were going back and forth. But I'm like, I know he did not just do that. I know he did not just discredit this lady's life, this lady's whole life. Let me get this off of here because they talking in that chat. They didn't discredit their lady whole life being an idiot. These people, okay, it's okay that you support Trump. Don't nobody gives a hoot's ass. But don't try to look down on us because we don't. Don't try to look down us and call us ignorant because we don't believe the way y'all think. I cannot stand a black person that do the most because they support this man. I cannot. It's okay to support him, but stop being ignorant. I bet even they were laughing at that comment. Excuse me. And that's Amber knows how to reach you, Candace. Everything is going up. Save your money. People don't grow on these vegetables. Yep, everything is going up. But a lot of these people, I feel so bad for them. My aunt, I was like, Auntie, I don't think it's gonna affect you because you're old and you got your. I think who is gonna affect like the young people that get on Social Security, just say they got mental ADHD, the stuff like that that's not ever worked, and they have the ones that have never worked and they have to get when they get their disability, they also get them Social Security. I think it's gonna affect those ones, the younger ones. They were saying when they was discussing it that the younger ones can get a job. So I'm not thinking it's gonna affect the elders. It's gonna affect the young ones, but it's still gonna be a lot of people without insurance that need their insurance. They making changes to HUD. They making changes to the graphic. They add money to military. And do y'all know that this man, they it used to be a military base that was near the Everglades, and this man is talking about rounding up. I think some are already over there, but putting them on this little military base and surrounding it with alligators to make sure that they don't go the Everglades. Y'all know the Everglades in Florida is full of alligators and whatever. He's talking about putting them on that little military base where they can't get in that water and swim out, just keeping them over there. Is that not cruel and evil? And I don't know. Our country's in trouble. Instead of us being on the internet entertaining this ignorance, we need to be on our knees praying. I'm sorry, praying. I know when them people be calling. I work for a company and we do 401ks. When them people be calling in, when I tell you, it's so many regretful people that be calling in and they ain't got a little bit of money, like millionaires working for ExxonMobil. They be calling in about their 401k and we can't talk with them. We can listen, but we can't join in the conversation. But they be going in on him. Said they had to do it again. But I'm like, I be wanting to say, but you knew. But you knew. You knew exactly what you were getting. Y'all would rather vote for him than vote for a woman. Before y'all see a black woman in y'all house, y'all would rather do that. So now that's what you're getting. Cassie getting sued. Who's suing Cassie Dwayne? You in Tabby's chat. Who's suing Cassie Dwayne? You had a lot to say. Yes, I was reading your comments. Who's suing her? Dwayne, if you're still in here, who's suing? I know it. I cannot either. We just 6 months in. Like I say, we 6 months in the year. We just 6 months in, baby. We got three and a half more to go. Alligator Alcatraz. I know it. I know it. And who would do that? Who would do that? Anybody that has the love of God in them, who would do human beings like that? I don't care if they are from a different race. I don't care if I don't care who would do human beings like that. That just shows this man does not have no conscience. He's worried about one race, and like it was a thing. This man, what was his name? When they came for the Jews, I did not speak up because I was not a Jew. When it came for somebody, I did not speak up because I was not a whatever. And then, wait a minute, when they came, okay, it was a poem, and it was called "When They Came for the Jews." But it says, well, first they came for the socialists. I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists. I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews. I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. And that's what this remind me of. Ain't nobody got nothing to say because he's not coming for us. It's that set of people. But when he gets that set of people, now you know the color of our skin, right? So what's gonna happen? I know we don't. What's gonna happen when all these people staying silent, but when it gets to us, ain't gonna be nobody to speak for us. Yep, we need to be on our knees praying because things fixing to get rough around here. My brother's so crazy. When I tell y'all, he like them white folks. He got an arsenal. He got when Trump made that law where made it where everybody can buy any kind of gun they wanted. He stocked up on AK. 47s, whatever you call them, the 9Ms. He got so many guns. He was like, when it go down, you better learn how to shoot. So he was like, I'm gonna, before I go down, I'm going down fighting. And I can't blame him with that. I don't think it's gonna be as easy as they think it's gonna be. We are in a world of trouble, Robin, and nobody's taking it serious. They're gonna be still on YouTube when the shit go down. They're gonna be on YouTube clowning for super chats and super stickers. He didn't never answer, did he? He must have left back out. I want to know what she's suing for. Let me see if Google know what she being sued for. Um, I don't see anything about that. But yesterday when the only thing I see on TMZ is that a male escort that she gave him an STD and she aborted their pregnancy. I don't see anything about suing. I don't see anything about suing. I see something about a transmitted disease. Hey, Boo Love. They passed it, Madus. The Senate voted on it yesterday. It went back to the House and it passed like three something today. The House passed it. They giving him a victory for that. If the Senate passed that stupid bill, he will be able to stop elections. Your VPN can be tracked. Supreme Court rulings can be ignored for a year, and he can fire. Yeah, they passed that crap. It's definitely a pleasure seeing you in the chat. Sorry, my boys have me in and out of the chat. Maybe that's why he's doing. I don't know. I didn't see anything about the suit just then. Um, I didn't see anything about the suit, but that's all I could read. Wait a minute. Wait. He claims his dealing left him physically and psychological injuries. Okay, yes, I do. I didn't go down far enough. Uh, he says He says Cassie manipulated him into taking ecstasy and having unprotected sex. He said she will order him to jack off for hours on end, resulting in tears, skin peeling, and scabbing. Howard claims that his dealings with Diddy and Cassie left him physically and psychologically. Wait, Howard says his dealing with Diddy and Cassie left him with physical and psychological injuries, lost wages and benefits, medical expenses, pain and suffering, emotional distress, mental anguish, plus a loss of enjoyment of life. My thing is, okay, all of this, I understand that it left you all this way, but why wait until all of this come up to try to why wait till all of this come up to try to get justice? Why didn't you, if that happened, why didn't he do anything before Diddy got locked up or Cassie started getting paid? It looked like because he paid off Cassie, now everybody else want to come out the woodwork. All he has to do is to sign it. Let me make sure I was correct, but when I was at work, it came across my computer. It passed. Let's see. Yep, House Republicans passed a big, beautiful bill, sending it to Trump's desk. Yep, it passed. I think everybody should go look and see what's in that bill because if once we see what's in that bill, this won't be so. We'll be trying to, everybody will be trying to pre-plan for what they're gonna do because hard times are coming. I hate to say it, and you see a lot of people. That's not scare tactics. That's real That's real life. You are too, Cancer 66. Yep. Well, y'all just want to go live, and yeah, it is. It's a lot of pages. Do y'all remember when they was on the trail and they was talking about agenda, that agenda 2025 or something like Project 2025? They was denied it. Do y'all realize that now that they're in office, everything that was in that, and they were saying that Democrats were just trying to scare people. Everything that was in that is coming to pass. What people were saying was going to happen, or what people were saying was in it. Jasmine Crockett was the one that broke it down, and people should have been listening to her instead of mocking her. And now you got the people that voted him in saying that they tried to tell us, like the people that be calling in that I be talking to, it hurt them to their heart to have to take their money out the stock and put it in cash. And cash don't yield but like 0.59% interest. You know, them big money folks, that's not no money to them. They be wanting to aggressively invest. And when they had to put their money back in April, they had to take their money out the market and put it in like money market, something that yields low interest. Normally it's 1%, but at that time it was below 1%. And they was mad. They were very upset. It's going to get dark, but we are now, we know how to survive because we've been doing it all our days. We know black women, black folks, period, know how to survive. It's them. They're gonna be the ones committing offing themselves. They're gonna be the ones that can't handle it because we can. That's the basically, yeah, big beautiful bill. If you would like, oh, thank you again, Latte. But y'all, I'm about to get off. I just wanted to come live because I hadn't been live this week, and here it is Thursday. I just wanted to come live and kick it with you all for a little while. I appreciate everybody that came. And the next one is going to be more structured. Like I said, I didn't have time to get my notes together and do all that, but I just want to come live and hang out with y'all for a little bit. But let me thank the people that blessed me. Thank you, Ranithia. Thank you, Cancer 66. And thank you, Chris Me. I appreciate y'all for the super chat. And I will see you all at some point, depending on who goes live. I might go first thing in the morning since I don't have to work. But I will see you all tomorrow. I love you guys. And I will wait a minute. Let me ask you this before I go. Who in the chat is going to Texas? We're gonna be celebrating my birthday and Miss White's birthday. Who all is trying to go? We're trying to get a head count now. Hey, Penny J. And I know it's hard to get a head count this way. Thank you, Cancer 66. I can use prayers, baby. Oh, Ma Deuce, thank you, Ma Abdus. One. Do you pronounce that Deuce or Deuce? Ma Abdus one. Hey, Miss Texaray, you late to the party, girl. Love you too. Love you too, girl. I live in Texas. You coming? Are you gonna try to come? How far are you from where we're gonna be? Bye, Brittany. Are you on Facebook, Modus? Ma Abdus? Are you on Facebook? Call me Kevin. I'm not speaking to the chat again. Southern girl, how you doing, girl? I didn't even see you come in. Do say. Okay. Okay, are you gonna try to come at least one day, Late? Are you Late? Are you one of Amber's? Okay, okay. I'll get it from Amber. Oh, Deuce. Okay, I got you. Ma of Deuce. Okay, I'm sorry, girl. I be forgetting now. Y'all gotta remember I'm old. My mind be going and coming, but I just wanted to speak. But who is Kevin? And I was supposed to talk about how these people all on Kevin, but I'll save that for another live because that don't make no sense. It's like to me, it's giving off. I'm jealous because I ain't left the country. I ain't never been out of whatever. Because let that man live. Shit, that man is gone. He and his beautiful wives are gone, and I forgot to talk about them. But I'll save that for maybe tomorrow's live because it's wrong how they just concentrating. It like it pissed them off that he did what he said he was gonna do. He got up and he left this country. Okay, all right. I'm gonna reach out to some of y'all on the back end. Thank you, Penny J. Hey Britt, I'm sorry. I thought you was talking about me, my little goof ass. But y'all, I'm about to end the live. You all, I will talk to you all tomorrow. Y'all have a happy fourth. If y'all got to cook, get on up and cook early so y'all won't be out in that heat trying to cook if y'all gonna barbecue. I know it is hot here, and I know it's gonna be hot where y'all at. If y'all live anywhere on the southern borders or anywhere down south, it's gonna be hot. So get on up early in the morning to get it out the way. Yep. But I will talk to you all later. Love y'all. Bye. And yep, they did do it. They bend over backwards. They just let this man run up in them without the Vaseline, child. I didn't see it, Brittany. Y'all enjoy y'all day tomorrow. Bye, y'all.